Join Kahoobb's kingdom by hitting subscribe.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Kahoobb here, and today I'm going to be talking about the changes to Murloc Warleader and Fiery War Axe. So I'm going to start with the Murloc Warleader. So originally it's a 3 mana, 3 attack, 3 health Murloc, and your other Murlocs have +2 attack, +1 health. Now, they are changing it to where you no longer gain the +1 health for all your Murlocs, like your other Murlocs. And this is really dumb because, I mean, Murlocs generally have no health. They usually have 1 to 2 health. Like Corrupted Seer has 3 health, and Finja has more than 2 health. But I mean, the majority of Murlocs have like 1 to 2 health. And if they have 1 health, or if they have 2 health, then Murloc Warleader really helped out because of things like Volcanic Potion. Deal 2 damage to all minions. Well, if you play a Warleader, then the Tide Caller, the 1 attack, 2 health minion, that 2 health minion of the Murloc will now be at 3 health. So Volcanic Potion would not kill it. And that's the same with Blizzard. There's also Explosive Trap that Murloc Warleader would counter Explosive Trap. If you were to attack into their face as against a hunter, you'd want to play a Warleader and then attack with the Murloc that has 2 health, because if you did it before, then like your Murlocs are all at 2 health, they would die, so you'd want to play a Warleader. But now they're changing it so you can no longer do that. And the new card Spirit Lash for a Priest to deal 1 damage to all minions. Now Priest has a good board clear against Murlocs, and by them nerfing Murloc Warleader, it makes Spirit Lash way better because most Murlocs only have like 1 to 2 health. So getting rid of the +1 health for the Warleader, it will make it harder to have your Murlocs be buffed in its health. Now, there is that Murloc that gives your other Murlocs like +2 health, but I mean, Warleader also helped out with that, so I just find it really dumb the way they decided to do this change. And also with the Priest with the Spirit Lash to deal 1 damage to all minions with the lifesteal, if they have Blood Mage Thalnos, it clears the Murloc board basically, unless you had some other way of giving your Murlocs health. So I think this is really dumb that they are nerfing the Warleader this way. I think what they should have done is made it +1/+1, right? Just remove 1 attack. It doesn't have to be +2 attack, it can be +1/+1. Why? I just don't see why they had to remove its health for the Murlocs, because like Flame Strike still counters it, and Meteor still counters it. I mean, there's still AoE damage things that counter Murlocs, even if they have 3 health, right? Because most have like 2 or 1, so if they had 2, they'd only be +1 if you only had 1 Warleader. But even like 4 health, if you had double Warleader out on like 2 health Murlocs, they'd be at 4 health. Well, Flame Strike counters that, and spell damage also helps out with this your cards that deal AoE. You know, spell damage will also counter Murlocs in case they do somehow get buffed up a lot in health. I mean, it's just so hard to keep your Murlocs alive, and these health benefits like the Warleader is so important, and now they're removing that. So I mean, it's gonna really hurt Murloc decks for sure. At least that's my opinion. And there's one okay thing about this, and because they're nerfing this and it's gonna happen, and I don't think there's very much we can do about it, I will say that the only benefit out of this is if you own a lot of Murloc Warleaders, since it's an epic, I think it costs 400 to craft. You will be able to disenchant this card since it has been nerfed or changed for, I think it's for a certain amount of time. If you have, or it's like if you have a certain amount like of extras of this card, and then it gets changed, all the extras, when you disenchant them, you'll get them for full value. So I recommend not hitting that disenchant button if you get any Warleaders, because in my opinion, I'd try and stack up on Warleaders, open a bunch of packs right now before it gets nerfed, because they're going to be nerfed, and then you're going to get your full value for disenchanting the Warleaders. It's full 400 dust value, which will help out free-to-play players if you are able to, if you already had a lot of gold saved up to buy packs to try and get the war leader, to then disenchant those for 400 each, and you can probably get a legendary as long as you open a decent amount of war leaders, which I don't know. Now that might be hard to do. I don't know. Alright, well, that's really the only benefit out of this, because it's a really dumb nerf how they're doing it. It's so dumb, and like I said, the only benefit is the full value of disenchanting. Now, I'm going to be moving on to the Fiery War Axe. So, this is a basic card. Now remember that, it's a basic card, okay? And you gotta think that this is a card that everyone gets for free. You don't need to open any packs, because you'll never get this in a pack. You'll never get a Fiery War Axe in a pack, because it's a basic card. And they are nerfing a basic card. They're not making it better, they're making it worse. And how is that going to help free-to-play players? Making a basic card that people get for free worse. That is just so dumb for them to do. And what was another really dumb thing that they mentioned, I forgot where they mentioned it, but I read an article about it, and they talked about how one of the reasons that they made the mana cost different, instead of the 2 attack 2 durability, instead of changing it to that, they made it 3 mana instead of 2 mana, because people don't check like if anything has been changed in a card. Like, let's say you didn't read any articles, you're just playing Hearthstone whenever, and you log in, you play, and then you were to play a card, you know, you don't read every single card, you don't look at, like, directly at, okay, let's read this every single time to make sure it still does what it has been doing, and let's make sure it hasn't been changed or nerfed. And yeah, no one does that, but their thought in their mind was, oh, instead of changing its like attack and durability, let's change this mana cost, because then people can't automatically play it on turn 2, because they're like, oh, well, if we kept it 2 mana, people would play it and see that it's 2 attack, 2 health, and then they're gonna be like, oh, what? I didn't realize that. And I think that's a really dumb reason to even say or point out. I feel like that was just a dumb excuse they said, just for, I don't know why. But like, that should never be a thought in your mind, to change a card in that way due to people making one mistake after it's been changed. Because the thing about this Fiery War Axe change is, if they were to make it 2 attack 2 durability, and let's say everyone didn't realize they nerfed it, right, and they played it, and then they'd be like, oh, it's 2 attack 2 health, whoops, and then they learned, you know, it's not like they're gonna do it every single game and be like, whoops, like, they might as well change patches or remove patches from the game, because when Pirate Warrior came out with patches, that card, everyone always forgot to like attack with patches, because patches like takes forever to shoot out of the cannon with the animation. Like, you play your pirate and it's like a few seconds later, patches the cannon finally comes up and shoots patches out. Like, everyone always, like even Reynad and other people always accidentally misplay with patches. So I mean, they may be thinking in that sense, but that's so, like, on why they should change it this way, but that's so dumb, because like, they should do what's best for the game and for these classes, and like just generally for the game overall, and the player base too. What's best for the game, the player base, and they should make it, you know, less pay to win. And I mean, it's just really ridiculous on them even saying that at all, you know. But they did mention that they did not even want to make it 2 attack 2 health, because people would generally play that on turn 2 also, and that it would be a pretty good card either way. So they wanted, I guess they wanted to make it like, I don't know if it's gonna be playable anymore. It might be, there might, but I don't know. And another really dumb reason is, I think they mainly did this for aggro decks, and I think the only pirate, or the only warrior deck that's aggro right now is Pirate Warrior. And yeah, Fiery War Axe is really good for Pirate Warrior, but Fiery War Axe is a basic card. Now, all the cards for Pirate Warrior that make it good and playable, like constantly, those cards will rotate out. They're gonna be rotating out. It's not like Pirate Warrior with the cards that exist today will be there permanently. Like, they're gonna be leaving, but Fiery War Axe will be here all the time, forever. So, but it's just really stupid. And also, another thing I want to mention about the Fiery War Axe is I think I already mentioned this is the intro of when I moved over from the Warleader to the Fiery War Axe, but I was telling you guys how remember that it's a basic card and that it's not craftable and you can't open it from packs. And I mentioned that because when a card gets changed, like the Warleader, you'll be able to disenchant it for full value, but a basic card like Fiery War Axe, you don't open it in packs. Therefore, you can't disenchant any of them because you don't get extra like copies of the Fiery War Axe because you don't open them in packs. And so it's getting changed, but you can't disenchant it. They're you can just not. They're basic cards, so you cannot disenchant basic cards. And so there's really no benefit of like getting full value for disenchanting the card, and because you can't. And making this 3 mana is ridiculous. It's like that's quite a bit. I mean, 3 mana. I don't know. Mana change is quite a big difference on how gameplay will work. 3 mana. I don't know. What are your guys' opinions about these changes for the Warleader and the Fiery War Axe? Do you guys think these cards will be playable anymore? Or do you think they're like dead cards now? What do you think about their decisions on how they nerfed them? What are your opinions on how you think they should have nerfed them? Or if you think, or give me your opinions on why you think they nerfed them this way, and if you agree with them and why or why not. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys later in the next video.